Was good, y'all. Quick message for you real quick. I just wanted to know, have y'all ever sat and thought about how easy it is for us at times to quickly say yes to other people versus quickly saying yes to us? Like, if a motherfucker was to call you today or text you and be like they need you for something or they need you to pull up, and you be like, yeah, I got you, or I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna pull up, give me a few minutes. You feel me? You ever thought about why is that? Like, I just want y'all to know that it is extremely important that that same effort that you put into those other people, you put that same effort into you. You have to be there for yourself. You have to make sure you're good first. And a lot of times when you have a good heart and you're compassionate and caring and stuff like that, you tend to forget about yourself. You know what I'm saying? It ain't done on purpose, but you be so focused on giving and caring and shit like that that you forget about you. And I'm just here to confirm with you that it's important to make sure that you take care of you first. Make sure that your needs are met. Make sure that you're good. Make sure that you don't need for nothing. You feel me? Because when you think about it, you know, it's cool, you want to be that go-to person for people, but at the end of the day, if you ain't good, if you ain't straight, how you gonna do that? If you don't make sure that you're good first, how are you going to be in a position to make sure that other people are good as well? You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we tend to forget that. I used to do that all the time. And then before you look up, you actually end and become depleted because you done gave so much of yourself that you have nothing left. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you're good first. It is not a crime to make sure that you're okay first. Even if that means sometimes if somebody come to you and they need something or they need you to pull up or whatever the case may be, it's okay to tell them no. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to tell them no when it comes to you. I have to make sure I'm good first. You know what I'm saying? I get back to you later, you know, but I can't just keep giving and I ain't gave to myself in the way that I should. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's easier said than done, but you know, you have to make sure that you are good first. You cannot be good for nobody else. You cannot give to nobody else if you don't give to yourself, if you don't make sure you're good first. You know what I'm saying? That's like pouring from an empty cup. You don't even have nothing to pour, you know, because you ain't pouring to yourself enough yet. You still got things that you have to do for yourself. You still have things that you got to take care of first before you can just keep giving and giving. And the little stuff, the little work that you put in on yourself, the things that you've done for yourself, you done had a little bit in your cup. But because you just kept giving and showing up when you really wasn't in a position to, you will realize that your cup ain't never full. It start to look like you ain't even never had nothing in the cup when you did. But the little bit you had, you done gave away. You know what I'm saying? Always make sure you're good first. Take care of yourself. You know, you only got one shot at this life. Don't nobody know how long they gonna be here. You know, it may not be promised for me to be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. You make peace with that, and then once you make peace with that, you learn to take your life more serious. You know, learn to give to yourself more. Learn to say yes to yourself more than you say yes to everybody else. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with saying yes to other people and showing up for other people, but how often do you do that for you? You see what I'm saying? How often, take the time to think about that. You know, honestly, how often do you say yes to you? And I had to think about that at some point in my life. I had to realize, and you know, when it dawned on me, I realized I told myself no more than I've told anybody else no. And that just don't make no sense. So I had to change that perspective, and I had to really look at myself and be like, you know what? I can't keep telling myself no. And, you know, sometimes you'll feel guilty, you know, when you caught up in this cycle, you'll start to feel guilty for, you know, telling yourself yes, showing up for you. Like, how would you feel guilty for that? But that's something that happens, and it's something that a lot of people go through. So I just encourage you to say yes to you more, just as much as you say yes to other people. You know, you want to go buy you something, go buy you something. If you know you got to be studying for something, take the time to study for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, show up for you in the same way that you would show up for other people.